Hello, sippers. I'm Demetrius.
I'm Renee.
And I'm Martia.
And this is Sip and Unwine, a true crime podcast.
Woo! Hey now. Hey now.
Hey, ladies. Hey, sippers.
Hey, guys.
Hey. All right.
We're back for another episode. Like we never left.
Y'all got to get caught up. It's been some juicy stuff popping.
I know, right?
And crazy. The weeks are going by so fast.
Before you know it, it's another Tuesday.
It's another Tuesday.
Those Tuesdays come up so fast, but that's a good thing, though.
Yeah. It is. It's positive. I like the feedback.
Yeah. True Crime Tuesday.
All right. So what have you ladies been up to before we get into our drinks with our sippers?
Working.
Okay.
Looking at TV.
Oh.
I ain't been doing much.
Well.
I think Martia had the most fun.
Really? Well, I've been catching up on some Netflix shows because I felt like I need to have me a little wind down day. And it's a series on there called Sex Life. And that's all I'm going to say. It's for the grown and sexy. It's not for little kids. It's not for youngins.
They screwing on there?
Doing a lot of humpty hump.
Really?
I see why you like it.
And I just want to include this little injunction. Episode 3 has a hanging surprise.
Oh my God. A hanging?
A hanging surprise.
And what is the show called?
Sex Life.
On Netflix.
On Netflix, yeah.
I haven't been on Netflix in a minute. I need to.
Yeah, use that subscription, girl.
Oh, it's crazy.
Get your money. Next thing you know, it's gonna be $39.99 a month. You better.
I swear, I'm paying. I think I'm paying for like maybe 10 different subscriptions if I really think about it. I'm so serious.
I feel you. That's what we are. Because we
just don't think about it after a while. You just like, oh,
yeah. We left cable, and now we got all these apps.
But see, I have cable. That's the crazy part.
What?
I got cable, and I still am paying for these extra things.
That's when you know you're rich and you got all kind of different subscriptions you're paying for, and you don't even know what they are.
Okay.
But it's stuff that we all have. I mean, the Amazon stuff. Well,
I
don't have Amazon.
What? Everybody got Amazon Prime.
No, I use other people's Amazon.
I use other people's. Right. Exactly.
Oh, that's the key.
Have Netflix.
Use other people's.
And other Stars and Showtime.
I use other people's Hulu, Amazon Prime.
Oh man, so y'all,
et cetera. I have my own Netflix. We did Netflix like almost like right when Netflix first came out. So
yeah,
I know I've had Netflix for probably
a long
15 years.
Yeah, like back when it was like what 7
when
or
it was DVDs.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
when it was DVDs.
Yeah, you could rent the DVDs and send them back. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'd be like, "Ooh, what's on my list? Ooh, add this to my list. This is next."
It started off as like Blockbuster rental, I think, or something like that.
You're right. They took over the Redbox era. Yep.
Exactly.
Actually, I had Walmart crazy. First.
What?
Walmart had a service. Yeah, and I didn't go to Netflix because Walmart was cheaper.
Really?
And then they got rid of theirs, and then I went over to Netflix. But yeah, Walmart was just like Netflix with the DVD and everything, and it might have been like $1 cheaper or something like that. So
okay, look at you,
girl. But oh man, if you think about that over the years of how much we spending, I could probably purchase every movie 5 times over. That's
have your
Netflix.
own library,
right?
Okay.
Now, actually, I bought I'm a little ashamed to say now, but I bought what's that one that the Zeus?
Oh,
what?
Now Zeus was fine. I mean, for the network, but I'm embarrassed because I bought it because I wanted to look at Jocelyn's Cabaret.
Oh, okay.
What is Zeus? What is that?
I never
Zeus Network.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I never.
Yeah, like China had her show on there, and
I thought that was on YouTube.
It was on Zeus. Yeah.
Okay. I never bought.
Yeah, I like Jocelyn, and that was my friend and everything. Until
she was your friend.
Show. Oh my gosh, she disappointed me so much because it was trash. The way she talked to the women on there, I was ashamed how Jocelyn was talking to the women on the show. It was like they're all auditioning to be in her cabaret, quote unquote cabaret, and it's like ex-strippers or people who did like porn stuff, and so she treats them all bad and calls them $2 hoes, and this and that. When she was mad at it was, and it's just the same way that Stevie used to treat her when she was on Love and Hip Hop. I'm not sure.
So it wasn't like to bring them up.
It was supposed to be. That's why I was looking at it because I liked her, and I was like, I was rooting for her, but then she just tore each one of these girls down.
Okay, Tyra, you were rooting for her.
I was rooting for you, and you disappointed me. But I was just like, are you serious? She just, it was just the way she was talking down to them. It was disgusting.
Can't believe that.
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh.
But I'm still a subscriber of Zeus, and I'm looking at their other stuff. They got a couple of other little shows here and there, but it's like $4.99 a month. So
okay, I got a lot of apps, so I might have to pass on it. Well, ladies, do you want to tell our sippers what we're doing now with our new drinks?
What we drinking on today?
We're drinking a little bit of strawberry and lime Moscato Punch.
Mm-hmm. And it is so delicious. It's so good.
I like my little sweet drinks.
So sippers, you have to get the ingredients for this. Are you ready? The ingredients require 1.5 liter of Moscato wine, 1 can frozen limeade, concentrated, defrosted though. You got to defrost it. 1 cup of strawberries diced, plus 1 cup of strawberries sliced, and 1 lime sliced into wheels, and a 2-liter 7-Up or lemon lime soda. That's your ingredients, sippers.
So you guys get your drink too, and you're gonna make that one.
Yes, good. It's really good.
This one might be one of my favorites. I know it's been a while since we've had the whole mixed drinks on set or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we did some really good mixed drinks when we were doing it on a regular basis. Ooh. But this one right here, this is a hit.
Let's go, because we're going to have many more for you. Just be ready. I have a true crime for everyone that's going to be a little bit of a, how we always say, a little doozy.
It's a doozy every week.
So let's get ready and dive into this true crime of Killer Grandma.
What?
Also known as Ghetto Grandma.
Oh, wow.
But she calls herself Ghetto Grandma to her family.
Where you be finding this stuff at?
I do a little bit of surfing. Oh my gosh, and I try to find things that people aren't really talking about.
You are so good at this. Killer Grandma.
Killer Grandma.
Ghetto Grandma.
This true crime today evolves around 2 main people. And bear with me because their names are Latina. They are Latina descended. Cynthia Cdebaca and Gerard Estacio. I get a little tongue twisted with the Estacio. Okay, so let's dive in. But first, let me note that I tried to do a little bit of research and background on Cynthia Cdebaca, but little is known about her childhood. But what I do know is Cynthia was born on February 11th, 1951, and she was married and has 1 daughter. Her name is Laura Solana, and Solana's name will come back up. Laura would later meet and marry Gerard Estacio. The 2 married in 2001. Gerard has 2 sons from a previous marriage, and Laura and Gerard would go on to have 2 children of their own, a girl and a boy. Gerard was a real estate agent and a rugby coach for the local kids at Potter Middle School and a reservist with California Air National Guard. Gerard was well liked in the community and well loved by his family. As I later learned, he had a big family. He was the 3rd of 8 children, and they did many holidays and activities together as a family unit. As for Cynthia Cdebaca, who I'm going to refer to as Cynthia and refer to as Gerard because I don't want to butcher their last name. As for Cynthia, a year later, after her husband died, she suffered a stroke in 2001 and would at times need to be looked after for personal care because of her stroke, because she had some difficulty with speech, balance, and had a slow gait. Now, I had to refresh my memory on what slow gait was. Slow gait is a condition causing one to lean forward and take shorter steps when walking. And it may require a walker or a cane for most people. After they suffer a stroke.
Oh, wow.
So Cynthia would at times live with different family members and sometimes would live with Laura and Gerard. But in November of 2013, Cynthia would later decide to move in permanently with her daughter and son-in-law. She would live in what was called a granny flat. That's a apartment above a detached garage. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that.
A granny flat?
They call it a granny flat. Wow. It's like a little small apartment above the garage. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like an in-law suite.
Yeah, but
they call it a smaller granny.
Yeah, but a little granny flat.
That's cute.
Yes, that was located on the property next to the home. It is also noted that the community in which the Estacios lived in that community was kind of like an upscale neighborhood in Fallbrook, California. So this takes place in Fallbrook, California. It is also noted that Cynthia had decided to stay permanently with her daughter because of the abuse she witnessed in the house of both her daughter and grandchildren from Gerard. So that's why she decided to actually. It is also noted that there was some tension between Cynthia and Gerard over the years over how he disciplined and raised the children and also how he treated her daughter. In a statement made by Cynthia, she claims that her son-in-law was abusive to everyone in the household, including her at times. Cynthia was known to be a heavy smoker, and that was prohibited in his household. Gerard did not like anyone smoking around his kids. He didn't like the fact that she smoked. So it is alleged that Gerard would make side comments to her about her smoking and call her names. Cynthia also claimed that he would spray her with a garden hose when she was smoking outside, saying, if I see a fire, I just need to put it out.
Now that's just mean. Even though I don't like smokers, but damn.
Right, that's crazy.
And he also sprayed her with a water bottle used for training dogs.
What?
Remember, he was in the military, like the National Guard. So,
wow.
Yeah.
He has an issue already.
Yes. And he would turn off the hot water to the granny flat. So Cynthia had to take cold showers. Gerard also pushed her to the ground once when she tried to interfere in a fight between him and her daughter, Laura. So you're verbally abusive, physically abusive, and she has claims that you're abusive to her daughter and the grandchildren. On the morning of February 11, 2014, Laura went to the flat to wish her mother, Cynthia, a happy birthday. So that was her birthday. Remember that. Take note of this.
Okay.
She also gave her some money for gambling because Cynthia's niece was going to take her to a casino. But first, Cynthia and Gerard made plans to go to her granddaughter's spelling bee that morning. Gerard came to Cynthia's flat and told her she could not go unless she changed her clothes because she looked ghetto and she looked like a hobo.
Damn. Ghetto and a hobo?
Yes.
At the same time?
He laughed at her. Okay.
I'm trying to imagine what that looks like in my head, and I can't put it together.
At the same time?
Yeah,
They don't even go together. But
okay.
Clearly, he didn't understand the meanings of
either
word.
Or something, okay. He laughed at her, and as she walked up the stairs, Gerard grabbed her and pulled her. They got into a fight, and he called her names. This is when 63 years old Cynthia Cdebaca snapped. She went into her room and got her gun from her purse. Gerard was carrying a bundle of clothes back to the house when Cynthia approached him with the gun. When she started shooting, he dropped the clothes, came after her, and grabbed her hands. He said he didn't want to die like this. But Cynthia...
She was really about to take him out. She's going to take him out for that. Oh my gosh. Okay.
She snapped, but Cynthia proceeded to shoot 5 rounds from her revolver. After she unloaded the gun, she went to her car, reloaded, and proceeded to shoot 5 more rounds.
Damn.
After she unloaded that round, she went back to her car and reloaded again. Keep in mind, now remember I said she had that slow gait walk. So she's walking back to her car very slowly. It's not a fast pace. She's not running. So this right here is a slow death for this guy.
Wow.
That is crazy, y'all.
So let me see if I have this straight. So she shot him 5 times. Then she went and reloaded, shot him again, and went back and reloaded again.
Now she's on the reload again.
Walking to her car with her ailment that she has.
Yes. Now, mind you, the times that she don't walk back, she's walking slow. He's already been shot 5 times. She come back, shoot him 5 more. Goes back to her car to reload. So when she returned, Gerard had made his way to the house by crawling and slipping over his blood. Because by this time, she's already unloaded the gun 10 times. She's already done. As he's crawling back to the house, he locks the door. But Cynthia shoots the door and was surprised it opened. She went in and shot 4 more times in his upper torso. Gerard said, "Please don't kill me." In the interrogation of Cynthia, she told detectives, he also said, "Grandma, I love you." Cynthia was upset at the fact that he did not say he wanted to see his children. She fired a total of 15 rounds. Gerard, who was 53 years old at the time of the murder, sustained 12 gunshot wounds, which caused his death. So out of
Did you say 12
gunshot wounds? Out of the 15 rounds that she shot from her revolver, 12 of them were deadly.
That's crazy. Like she was really mad.
I mean,
really, that was like rage.
I think he had pushed her last button. But during the shooting at 8 a.m., neighbors began calling 911. There were multiple calls made about hearing gunshots, but no one could pinpoint where it was coming from, and they could hear a muffled audio of a man's voice or a woman's raspy voice over the gunshot.
Concerned neighbors call 911. Dispatcher number 10, may I help you? I've never shot a gun in my life, so I'm not an expert, but I'm sitting here in my house and I heard 4 or 5 discharges.
Hi, I was in my bathroom doing my hair, and I could hear what sounded like gunshots, and I opened my window, and I hear it sounds like a man saying, "Help me, help me." And, I just heard the shot again.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there was some gunshots fired, about 5 of them behind my house, and now I can hear someone yelling, "Help me." Oh, another gunshot.
Oh my God.
Another shot. I hear it. Another one. 3 more. Okay. And this person is screaming.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Is it male, female?
It sounds kind of like a male, but it could be an old female with a raspy smoke voice.
Not the raspy smoke voice.
I know, right? Did he have to go there? It could have been an old lady with a raspy.
Yes, isn't that crazy?
But
the
goodness,
neighbors
you
could
hear the shots and everything. Oh
from
my
her
God.
revolver. That I was blown away when I was researching. I was like, "Are you kidding me? They have 911 audio for this? This is crazy." This grandma was not playing, y'all. She had, I don't know what pushed her over the edge. I don't know if it was calling her ghetto and looking hobo. I don't know. Or she just had enough. It is noted that Cynthia Cdebaca has spent 13 years planning this shooting. She bought the gun used in the shooting back in 2005. Records show that 2 weeks before the shooting, she had bought target practice, renewed her range card, and bought bullets at Oceanside Gun Range.
Oh, she was plotting. Wow.
Yes. So right after the shooting, Cynthia tossed the gun into a drainage ditch. Prosecutors stated then she treated herself for her birthday. Did y'all catch that? She shot her son-in-law.
Wow.
And she said, "Oh, my birthday, I'm going to go celebrate it."
Girl, you're gonna celebrate it in jail.
Earlier, keep in mind her birthday. Yeah. Wow.
Like,
she went
you going to jail for your birthday?
Okay.
Like, really?
She went to a local liquor store for cigarettes. She bought a better brand than she usually would buy, saying it was her birthday. She also went to Denny's, ordered bacon and eggs, and then headed to Malacca Casino for 2 hours of gambling.
Oh yeah, it was her birthday. She went to Denny's. That's
what
I'm talking about.
And she went gambling, okay?
I'm just saying the Denny's, like, at least if this is gonna be your last meal, real meal, make it better. Like Denny's?
I've never been to Denny's, so maybe is it like a nice dine-in or upgrade from Waffle House? I don't know.
You've never been to Denny's?
I've never been to a Denny's.
Like not even back in the 90s when it used to be on Memorial Drive?
Never been to Denny's.
Oh,
I feel so ashamed.
I'm not going to continue to record with you.
I know. I'm so
sorry.
Like what?
I'm logging off.
Oh no,
you've never been to Denny's?
No, we just never been.
That's like an American staple, at least.
I mean, like
Shoney's. So is it
like
you ever
go to Shoney's?
I did go to Shoney's.
How you go to Shoney's but you've never been to Denny's?
Never been to Denny's. So when I read that, I was like,
been to Denny's.
So when I read that she went to Denny's and treated herself,
okay.
I was like, man, so is Denny's got to be like very popular?
No. Oh, it's popular.
Okay.
Oh
okay. So
it was in the 90s.
Yeah.
Okay. So after her gambling, she didn't appear distressed or injured. She came back to Fallbrook. That's the area where they live. She went to a small coffee shop for coffee. And that's when law enforcement officers found her. Cynthias Gun was later located after the shooting in a culvert, I had to look that up, which is a drain ditch, behind a liquor store across the street from the coffee shop. So they found the gun that she used at the crime scene.
I mean, with all that plotting that she was doing ahead of time, she probably should have had a better plan at the end. Well, whatever.
When questioned by detectives in the interrogation room about her son-in-law's death, she acted as if she wasn't concerned, and then she acted as if she was concerned and kept asking multiple times, "Is he alive?" One detective responded with a verbal no, and the other motioned their head no. She then asked, "Is he dead?" And they said yes. Cynthia shouted loudly and said, "Good, good. Oh, thank you, thank you." She was thanking the detectives for letting her know that her son-in-law was dead.
I think she would have known that after shooting that many damn.
Yes, in the interrogation video that I looked at, when she was saying thank you, she was trying to shake their hands, but they didn't acknowledge her. They was like, you're a suspect. No, we're not shaking your hands. During the interrogation, Cynthia showed detectives bruises on her arm, and said they were caused by her son-in-law, explaining to them how he called her ghetto and made fun of her clothes and said she could not go to her granddaughter's spelling bee dressed like that, and how he was physically abusive earlier that morning. Cynthia also told detectives she had been planning this for 13 years because of what she was told by her niece, how he physically abused her daughter and grandchildren. She explained in a detailed statement, which was all of the abuse coming from Gerard. She told detectives she shot till the gun was empty. And detectives asked, did she check to see if he was alive? And she said she didn't check on her son-in-law because she didn't care, adding that she would do it again.
Well, at least she was being honest and lock up the right person for it.
Yep. They then asked her how many shots did she fire, and she said 15. I shot 15 rounds.
She knew how many she did.
It's almost like she just was proud of it all.
Yeah, they said she'd been planning it for 13 years.
Yeah, how do you look at somebody all them years just knowing that one day you're going to kill them? But the fact that it took 13 years, that's crazy.
And the other fact is that he'd been doing this for this many years with her, and then just like all the other stuff, she didn't get a gun and shoot him, but him just making a comment on her clothes, which is like the most pettiest thing, you know.
Exactly.
That set you off. Like that was like the end. Like, it's crazy.
Yep. So after the interrogation was over, family was allowed to come in the room and see her before she was arrested. Her daughter came in and sobbed unconsolably, y'all. It was so sad. Asking her, how could you do this? Cynthia responded, birthday. Remember, she had her stroke, so her speech was kind of slurred and you know, like her getting out her words wasn't in complete sentences at times because of her stroke. But there was a cut scene in the video that I saw of the granddaughter being brought into the interrogation room, and Cynthia asked her for either a kiss or a hug. I want to say a kiss. She said, come kiss grandma. And her granddaughter responded, no, you killed my dad. Like that had to be hard because you could hear it in the interrogation room. Their family was next door and they could hear her loudly say she shot him. She said she did 15 rounds. So they could hear, the family could hear all of this. But in my research, Gerard's family would go on to say they could hear Cynthia's confession to the murder from outside the room. They were in complete shock and emotionally upset that this woman who they respected and loved for so many years had killed their loved one. And, you know, this story is just so heartbreaking because her daughter is not only losing her mom, now she's losing her husband. The kids are not only losing their grandmother, but their dad as well.
And it wasn't like her daughter said, Mom, I need you to take care of him. I'm not trying to justify the murder at all.
Yeah.
But she literally just had this in her head on her own.
Yes.
Not because her daughter was trying to plot with her or ask her to do her to any of that.
No.
That's terrible.
In like sentencing hearing, Laura Solana, that's her daughter, will go on to describe the tension that existed in the family home. So she did like testify with the defense for her mom because she said her mom needed she just felt like her mom needed someone on her side. Even though she knew that her mom killed her husband, she just couldn't believe that her mom would go to this extreme. So she did testify on her mom's side for the defense. She said her husband was physically and verbally abusive. He broke her teen son's pricey electronic and sprayed family members with water if they misbehaved. Gerard also threw out the urn. How you say that, y'all? The urn? Am I saying it right?
I say urn.
Okay. I don't want to mispronounce it because, you know, people probably like coming for me, you know. But okay. So the urn containing the ashes of her late husband. He threw away Cynthia's late husband's ashes.
He threw it in. What?
Oh,
yeah. So that's what her daughter.
Been the straw that broke the camel's back right there.
And Laura also told the courts that she loves both her mom and her husband, and she losing two people that she loved the most. Yep. Yes. The jurors heard all of the evidence of abuse and how Cynthia and Gerard had tension in the home, and how she disliked the way he disciplined the children. After only 2 days of deliberation, the jurors found Cynthia Cdebaca guilty of first-degree murder and found she personally and intentionally discharged a firearm, causing death in committing the crime. At the day of sentencing, there's a video clip of Cynthia waving hello at the judge and smiling. Y'all, I don't know, like when the video that I saw, she was waving hello. You know how you wave at your kids like, hey, That's how she was waving at the judge.
Wow.
Did they
I don't
have
know.
any kind of a psychological?
They did assess
anything?
her, and they came back and said she was competent with stand trial and her hearing. So
I guess she knew what she wanted. I mean, that's
yep. She also briefly spoke at her sentencing, saying, "I'm real sorry." And that's all she said.
I don't believe that at all.
I know. I was about to say sorry about what? Like
Yep.
what part? Because it doesn't seem like you're sorry that he's dead.
And it's noted that her attorney stated that this is not a case where she did this out of greed or self-interest. She did it in the mind to protect her family. So in her mind, he said she felt like she was there just
in her own head.
She saved the family from abuse. He can't hurt them anymore. So I don't know, y'all. This whole case was just all over the place, basically, because it was borderlining for the abuse, how he treated her and her daughter and her grandchildren, and that was it. That's the only reason why she saw fit to, I guess, murder him.
Yeah, wow.
But unfortunately, on March 23rd, 2017, so this is kind of recent, Cynthia Cdebaca, at the age of 66 years old, was sentenced to 50 years to life for first-degree murder of 53-year-old for Gerard Flores Estaquio. So that concludes the case for Miss Cynthia Cdebaca and Gerard Flores Estaquio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doing 50 years to life. And his family, I did see a clip of them. They did not appreciate that time. They was like, in their minds, that wasn't enough time.
Like, she's how old? Like,
and during her sentencing, his sister stood up and showed 15 pictures of family photos and of him for every shot that was fired at him. So she showed 15 photos. This is what you took away from me and my family and my mother.
But so I'm confused. Like, his family wanted her to have more time. She had what was the time she got?
She's 66 years old, and she got 50 years to life.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like,
in jail,
yeah,
so.
like she's about 70. So I mean,
they were stating that wasn't good enough. I don't know if they wanted her to have a death penalty or what, but they didn't say that. But I don't know why 50 years to
that
life.
Would have been all right. I mean, that's the rest of her life.
And it was also stating, that her health was also declining because of her stroke. I think 50 years to life. She's 66 years old.
Yeah, like
she's gonna be in there to the day she take her last.
What you think she's gonna get out when she's like 120 and then
and commit another crime?
Yeah, like
so the prosecutors did say, after the first 5 rounds, it became intentional when it got to 10 and 15.
Hell, so the first one was intentional, wasn't it? I mean,
yeah, because when he said that about her clothes, you look ghetto and
got her gun
from her purse, loaded it up twice. So yeah, I was just shocked. I was like, oh no, not a grandma. What? Kill a grandma?
Kill a grandma.
Kill a grandma.
And ghetto grandma.
Also known as ghetto grandma. So I kind of like had like he called you what you got on ghetto, but you refer to yourself as ghetto grandma. But maybe she just
she was referring to herself that way too?
That's what is noted. That she called herself ghetto grandma.
Wow. So she called herself that. But he said something about her clothes and it was time for him to die. That's crazy.
And don't forget, like, they had like a little tussle. He did like pull on her and have like a little physical altercation. And I guess that was it.
Though. I mean, that's just crazy. That's pretty wild.
And to hear the neighbors calling in 911, it was like, up again and another one. I was like, no. It's like, no, grandma, don't do it. Don't do it. If you that mad, move, find another home to move to. That's just how I felt. Like, put her in a nursing home. Don't pick on her. Don't spray to her with a water hose. What is going on? Like, it was just too much information I couldn't put in here regarding to what he did. But, he's not alive to back up himself. You know what I'm saying? On the allegations that she's saying and that other people are saying. So, I don't know. I just thought that was a very wild true crime story to report on. So, I had to share that one.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was a doozy.
Yes, that's the conclusion of Cynthia Cdebaca. She's serving her time. Well, ladies, are y'all ready to step into our other segment?
I am ready.
I'm ready, girl.
The next one we have, Sippers, is called Take Another Sip. It's a segment where we discuss something that really caught us off guard, surprised us, maybe made us mad, or maybe made us laugh. But either way, it made us want to take another sip. Okay, ladies, it's part of our true crime. I tried to stay in that little genre. So,
you be coming up with some crazy stuff, though. So I'm ready. I think.
Okay.
I think.
This one is called Bugs Are Good for You.
Now, see.
You already lost me.
Now, see, why we
Okay.
had to...
Because y'all know I
Okay.
think I'm a detective, right? Okay, in my mind. Okay, so
yeah.
bugs are good for you, while maggots on a corpse may be disgusting. So some of these critters are welcome for a sight to see for forensic scientists. Insects have proven to be a reliable indicator of an individual's time of death. See, that wasn't bad.
I've
Okay,
actually
yeah,
heard that
yeah.
before.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
I was like, see,
Let me-
there's an entire field of forensic science dedicated to the study of insects at the crime scene. Okay.
There's a really okay.
Yes.
Wow.
Bugs
Okay.
still aren't good for me though. I mean, I see
And
where you're going with this, but
they're
Right.
good for you. They're good for you. Insects can provide even more information. The times in which the insects were known to have been active can tell investigators when the crime occurred, because insects also exhibit a certain level of endomysium. Okay, I'm gonna leave it right
You
there.
got it. Okay.
Tendency to live only in certain areas. Bugs present in the corpse can tell scientists where the crime was committed. This helps investigators determine whether the body was moved from the actual crime scene to another.
That makes sense. Okay.
To like a different
Mhm.
location, because the bugs that live in that area, I guess, can tell you whether or not they migrated to another area. I thought it was kind of interesting. I want people to find bugs on me if
Oh my gosh, girl, you not
I'm
have
just-
to be die like
I
that. Don't
can't
put that out there.
imagine. Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Put that out there.
Please locate all
Yikes.
bugs. Okay,
Oh,
ladybugs. I just
Yikes.
need you to.
Ladybugs, first of all, don't put ladybugs in this category.
I know, right? Those are not bugs.
Those are the only bugs that I kind of give a pass to. And I
Okay.
know they don't be around no decomposing bodies and stuff.
Right.
Don't put that on the ladybugs. That's maggots and
Right.
roaches and worms that be
Okay.
on. Don't try to
Well,
put
I
it
need
up.
you to put all earthworm and all maggots located.
You're trying to
in
make it
okay?
pretty.
Okay.
You ain't never seen no movie with ladybugs around no
Wait,
dead
but what
bodies.
if they
I
come
know,
up
right?
with it? Don't worry, they're gonna come up with it since I said it. They're gonna be like, that's right, we're so in ladybugs. But yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. I never thought about bugs being an indicator of the body decomposing, where it is and located can help investigators where the crime scene took place. So I thought I would share that. That's y'all take another sip moment, sippers. You know?
Can I
Yeah, that's-
reject that? Take
mhm.
another sip? Can I
No,
put in for
that's-
another one? Can I draw
No,
another
because
from
we're
the hat?
detectives now. We're solving crime and sharing crime. This is
I
awesome.
got the heebie-jeebies now listening to that.
Think about maggots and stuff.
Oh gosh.
Well, hey, that's a good indicator. So that's what we need, okay? Because I'm gonna be like, what? Where they found it? I'm telling y'all, I need to be in forensics or something. Because
You
remember
do.
last time we talked about glitter?
You
I
still
need to
got
know-
time. Go on back
I
to
need to
school
know
for
where
it.
where the glitter located. Excuse me, sir. Come here. Let me see your fingertips. All right, sippers. You know me. I got to be spontaneous. So had to share that. So bugs are good for you,
Well,
or maybe they're good for forensics.
once you're gone, so I guess it kind of
Okay, so they're good for forensics only, then not for you, but they're good for you. Okay, that was our take another sip. I'm sorry that was a little brief, but I just thought I would throw that in there because I found it very interesting. I have many more to come. So
We
sippers,
know.
beware, sippers, beware. Are you ready, sippers, and my lovely co-host? Okay, sippers, we're moving into a segment of our show called Spill the Wine. Our Spill the Wine segment is where you, our sippers, send us an email or DM asking our opinion about a situation you need some advice on, okay? The three of us will give you our separate viewpoints and share our opinions about how you should resolve your issue. All the Spill the Wine submissions are anonymous and we will never share your identity. With that being said, ladies, let's dive into this DM and help this sipper out.
Okay.
It says, my girlfriend of 5 years constantly asked us to have a child together, and I kept telling her I was not interested in having kids. There was more we needed to do in order to go to the next step. Well, we decided to separate for a few months until one day she finally broke up with me. He got it like spaced out, okay? Because I was not willing to give her what she wanted, which was a family and a future together. I was officially single and living life, but unexpectedly, 2 months later, I met someone who was what I wanted and more. I am now back in a relationship, but one more bonus, she is now pregnant with my child.
I was just about to say that.
That's always the case.
It's always the case. It always is.
It sucks.
And due in a few months and wants to get married. My girlfriend, whom I was with for 5 years, called me out of the blue. We have been texting and talking. We even met up for a few drinks.
Oh, now see.
A few odd days ago, she recently told me she wants to get back together and work on us. But I have a new lady and a new baby on the way. How do I tell her about my situation? P.S. I sort of want her back. I do miss what we had together. Should I go back or stay and work out my future with my girlfriend and newborn on the way?
You go
He's
first,
trash.
Martia.
What I have to say, he's trash.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
it. I don't got nothing else to say about that.
Oh my gosh. Like he has a whole nother life and another life coming. Like,
and he want to know, how does he tell his ex?
He don't need to tell her
about
that. He
his
don't even need to
nigga.
communicate with her. He needs to just go on and stop talking to her, focus on what's in front of him and live life. If he don't want to be with them, he needs to,
Yeah, because
tell
he
that
just
to
said
her.
that new lady was everything he wanted and more,
Like,
right?
get out of here. Well,
Oh.
sorry, because you came to us for advice, but
Yeah.
dude, come on.
Yeah.
You got to know that that's kind of trash.
I agree with the ladies. That's trash, and you need to work on your new relationship. Just stay focused.
And if you don't want to be with her, don't marry her. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Because that makes it even worse. I mean, unfortunately, she's going to be a single mother, but, she might find somebody who is, wants to be with her and raise your kid now, it looks like. But don't marry her if you're
But look at the irony. He didn't want kids.
Yeah,
at all.
Exactly.
always
That's
the
what I'm
case.
sitting up here like,
And
man,
now
that
the
is
new
such
girl-
trashy behavior, but we see it all the time.
Mhm.
You're not
See
gonna
it
get
quite
my opinion,
frequently.
sir. That's my opinion right there. You're a piece of trash for that.
Oh, well, that was to the point.
Well, that's hers.
Okay.
She told you.
Okay.
But,
I just say, cut off the
Yeah.
ex. There's no need to explain.
You
Like
get
the
your
ladies
life
don't.
together
There's nothing to explain.
and stop stringing these two people along.
Yeah,
Why don't
just
you
stay
probably leave both of
focused.
them alone. Gosh.
Yeah.
And then even the ex, I mean, since she doesn't know, because he didn't tell her the situation right.
He hasn't told her yet.
Okay, so I'm not mad at her, but if she did know that he was, that she's about to pop, that he has a girlfriend that's pregnant, and he was thinking about marriage, and you still want to deal with him, that's trash.
So you don't think he should tell the ex, hey, this is my
I
current
think he needs to
situation.
leave
I
both of them
can't.
alone.
Oh,
I mean, I think he just needs to leave the ex alone.
He
You
needs
can
to
just cut
raise
that
his
off.
child.
Mm-hmm.
He don't need
And
to leave her alone, disconnect from the kid.
Right.
but he's been secretly like having drinks with the ex and texting and talking to her. So sound like he on the fence for, do I stay or do I go?
Well, he needs to go. I mean, if you're at the point where you're seeing somebody else right now and you're having thoughts of being with her now, then you do need to go. You need to get out that relationship that you're in and don't even mess with this ex as well, because it looks like you're trash. But I don't want to keep calling him trash because you came to us for advice.
I mean,
dude, come on.
It is what it is.
I was about to say Martia is silent. She was
Yeah.
like, that's it. I have nothing else to say.
That's just wrong.
Yeah. I just move on from the ex. Focus on your current now and your
I
child.
don't even think he don't even deserve her.
Well,
you
got a good point. If he's talking to the,
if he's doing that already and he ain't even married yet and this kid is not even here and he's already thinking to get out of it. It's unfortunate though.
It is, yep. Because now she's having his baby, so she's gonna be tied to him for life.
Meanwhile, he's thinking about the ex.
Yeah.
Right.
And going out with her.
The one he didn't want to have a baby with. That's like when people say, I don't want to get married. And then a whole year later, the dude be with somebody else and be engaged.
I know what away.
Right.
You're right.
It's just, I don't understand how people move like that. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, because he asked, should I go back or stay and work on my future with my girlfriend and my newborn? Like, if you're on the fence like that, you already know where you want to go. If you got a question, and you already know where you really want to lay your head at every night and who you want to be.
You kind of want your, I don't know. He wants everything.
Like it's cake and eat it too, kind of that cliche.
Like, whatever. Yeah, you need to actually make a decision. And the female that's pregnant, don't tie her down to you and try to marry her now and do all that stuff, and then you come back later and then and then you be like, well, I want to get divorced. I want to be with this other girl. Or you end up with this other girl as your side chick and get her pregnant, because it looks like it ain't just drinks, probably, I'm sure. And if it's just drinks now, it'll probably progress to something else later. So
yeah. And being that you weren't straightforward from the beginning, at the beginning of you, rekindling your friendship or talking back again, you weren't like, hey, I have a girlfriend. I have a baby on the way.
You went into it trying to be sneaky. Because if you talk to your ex and you were just like, yeah, I'm in a relationship and this, and you guys want to have drinks, I can kind of be okay okay with that a little bit more than you not saying nothing at all, that you don't even have a relationship and you're not, you don't even mention it, and you're thinking about getting back with her as if like that's an option. I guess it is, but I mean, depending on what she knows.
And being that she don't know this situation right now, I don't know if she'll stay. Well, my advice is either figure out what you need to be, or work it out. Stay with your new lady. She everything you wanted and more.
Right.
Why are you looking the other way?
Right, because that's what you said. She's everything that you wanted. So I mean, like,
stay focused.
Okay.
And you didn't want to have a baby with your ex. Clearly says you needed to work things out, and other things needed to be fixed before you have a kid. Well, Sipper, that's our advice. We hope that things work out in your favor. I hope that, you raise your baby to be a beautiful person, and grow up. Yeah, just respectful and,
do better. Just
do better. Just do better. That's all I got, Sipper. I'm sorry, but just work it out. But I don't like to do domestic kind of sort of.
If you still guys want some of our opinions, please send your stuff in. I mean, this one was harsh, but I mean, come on, he's doing a lot.
Yeah, you're right, because Martia went in hard. That's trash.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, I can't stand trashy behavior. People know what they're doing, and you want to get our opinion.
You really didn't need us. You just wanted.
Ex would be if he does go back and tell her that there's somebody pregnant. And then when I hear stuff like that, I think about how many times he took the ex to the clinic and made her have abortions. And you can't make somebody, right? But I'm just saying, took her to the clinic. She ain't had no babies, but then you got one with this person. That is just usually a backstory behind.
Or either you just made sure she never got pregnant. Like, no, you better not get pregnant. No, you better not get pregnant. We got things we got to work on.
Probably bought her that pill. What's that pill called?
Oh yeah,
the morning after pill. He probably bought that 1,000 times during their relationship.
And now this one only 2 months later.
Yeah, that's just
after you break up.
Crazy. But thank you for the DM.
Yeah, thank you.
But I mean, needed to be said.
Well, Sippers, we're coming to the end of the road again.
Oh my goodness. Already.
I know. Thank you for this roller coaster ride. It does. But, I love our times and our moments together. So group hug. I'm sending virtual love to my ladies.
And everybody else out there that's listening to us. We love you guys.
And everybody that listen and participates and comment. We see them. We see your comments.
We see y'all. Thank you.
Yes. Support.
Yes. And we see your DMs. Thank you. We love it.
And keep sending them in.
Yes, keep on. Now, some of your advice, we will take all advice, and put it in a lock.
We're listening.
And revisit, and we will revisit.
Every once in a while, we will.
But we're moving and grooving how we can get this thing done, being that we're doing it Zoom.
Thank you, guys. Talk to you, I guess.
Yes.
Next Tuesday. I'll see you next Tuesday.
Oh, that's right.
Next Tuesday.
For another true crime. All right, Sippers.
Bye.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.